First of all, welcome to Swain County High School, home of the Lady Devils. It's a very special night tonight. It's senior night, and we honor two very special seniors. First of all, let's start with senior Ava Hoke. Where is she? Ava is escorted by Misty Smith. Ava lives in the Franklin Grove community. Some of her activities at Swain High include the Bible Club, a member of the homecoming court her sophomore year, and also on the shooting team, freshman through senior years. Ava's fondest athletic memory is running into the gas station after a game one night and running back to the bus with my friends. Ava would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire softball team. Things have been a lot better this year. It's nice to come to softball and be with people who love to see me. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Ava Hoke. Next up is senior Faith Woodard. Faith is escorted by her mom and dad, Brandon Woodard, Michelle Herron, her sisters Haley Woodard and Molly Woodard, and Grandma Judy. Faith lives in the Johnsons Branch community. Some of her activities at Swain High include homecoming court as a sophomore, Bible Club, FCA, Ridge Runner Court. In athletics, Faith has played volleyball all 4 years, softball all 4 years, basketball all 4 years, indoor track for 3 years, and by the way, congratulations on your Mars Hill track scholarship, and outdoor track for 3 years. Faith's athletic honors include all-conference outdoor track as a junior, all-region outdoor track as a sophomore and junior, all-state outdoor track as a sophomore and junior, and all-state indoor track as a senior. Faith also has all-conference indoor track as a sophomore, junior, and senior. Faith is a school record holder for indoor and outdoor track and the shot put, and is a Smoky Mountain Conference record holder in the indoor shot put. Also, honorable mention in softball as a junior, all-District 8 softball player as a junior, and honorable mention volleyball as a senior. Faith's fondest athletic memory is splitting my pants before the Robbinsville game. Faith would like to take this opportunity to thank my sisters for always supporting me in everything and being my best friends. She would like to thank her teammates and coaches for making this year the best year possible. My suggestion to all the younger classmates would be to not take the time for granted because it will be over in an instant. Thank you all for being my very best friends, and I can't wait to see you all play next year. I know you're all going to miss seeing my lovely face every day, but I know you're all going to kill it next year. I love and I'm going to miss you all so much. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Faith Woodard. So I guess okay, the umpires are here. Should we wait?
I was going to go to break.
Okay. Wait till they meet. And then All right, fans, it's time to introduce our rosters for our visiting friends from Rosman High School and, of course, our Lady Devils. As you know, Rosman will be coming back to join the Smoky Mountain Conference next season. First of all, for the Rosman Tigers in center field, number 6, Blakely Zucala. At second base, number 5, hitting second, Shelby Cloutier. The shortstop, number 17, batting third, Olivia Zucala. At third base, number 20, Savannah Green. Pitching, number 12, Kiki Sexton. At first base, number 9, Becca Queen. Your designated player, number 18, Cadence Owen. In left field, number 8, Jolie Reed. The catcher is number 3, Callie Guerin. The flex player, number 15, Lily Dodson. Also, number 2, Anna Emerson. And number 4, Zoe Owen. Rosman is coached by head coach Emily Taylor, assisted by Peyton Bailey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our friends from Rosman High School. And now, your Lady Devils. Batting in the number 1 spot, playing center field, Molly Woodard, number 14. Hitting second in the pitching circle, number 7, Riley Rawls. At second base, hitting third, your third baseman, Hadley Schuler. Behind the plate, hitting fourth, number 10, Carly Tisateski. Again, one of our seniors. At first base, number 15, Faith Woodard. At shortstop, number 23, Kennedy Anthony. In left field, number 3, Mackenzie Bird. At third base, number 22, Allie Stevenson. In right field, number 4, Reese Ammons. Also joining the Lady Devils, number 11, Bella Green. Number 13, Emma Maney. Number 17, Maddie Bird. Again, senior, number 20, Ava Hoke. Number 21, Addison Schuler. Number 27 is Preston Loftus. And your head coach, of course, Toby Burrell, assisted by Kenzie Eagleman and Amanda Carson. And, of course, Mr. Pickle. Ladies and gentlemen, your Lady Devils on senior night. And now, if you would, if you're physically able, please stand and remove your caps as we honor those who protect and serve our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. Fans, welcome to Swain County High School. Back again after the senior and starting lineup introductions. The Rosman Tigers are going to be hitting first here on the top of the first inning. And, of course, in the circle for the Lady Devils is going to be Riley Rawls. What a great year she has had. And I was talking to Riley before the game, and it's hard to believe at the level she's pitching, only a junior. Her senior season is yet to be played, and she is having an outstanding career for the Lady Devils. As, of course, we are coming in 14-5 overall, 9-3 in Smoky Mountain Conference play. And there's a swing and a miss by leadoff batter Blakely Zucala, leading off for the Rosman Tigers. Now, I think officially, scientifically, if you will, Lady Tigers are called Tigress. But so anyway, there's an off-speed pitch in for a strike. 2 quick strikes here on Zucala, the starting center fielder. But most people still call them Rosman Tigers, and they're going to be coming back to the Smoky Mountain Conference next year. On deck is going to be Shelby Cloutier. Pitch in for a ball, 2-2 the count quickly now. These two teams met earlier this year as we played Rosman at their place back on March 5th, and we won that game handily in 5 innings, 13-2. Riley Rawls pitched a one-hitter, striking out 13 batters. That is just a big number. There's a full count, 3-2. Kennedy Anthony and Maddie Bird had a couple of hits each. Riley also had a big home run in that game at the plate for the Lady Devils. By the way, Maddie Bird is limited today due to an injury, and she may or may not play today here on Senior Day. There's a check swing for a strike as Zucala goes down for the opening strikeout. As we mentioned, Riley struck out 13 in the first meeting between these two teams, and we'll see if she can even come close to that number today. That is just a crazy number on the year. Of course, Riley has some crazy numbers, 14-5, a 1.39 ERA. Pitch in for a strike. Riley now has 140 strikeouts, only 24 walks, with only 22 earned runs this year. And again, that's in 19 games, folks. Those are kind of mind-boggling stats. There's a foul ball off the bat of second baseman Shelby Cloutier for the Rosman Tigers from over in Transylvania County. Of course, over there they have, Rosman and Brevard. Got a couple of high schools over there in that neck of the woods in Transylvania County. Here's a foul ball again off the bat of Cloutier. On deck is going to be shortstop Olivia Zucala. She'll be batting in the number 3 spot. And I have a feeling she's the sister of Blakely, who just led off with the opening strikeout here for Rosman. Head coach Emily Taylor, their assistant Peyton Bailey. Riley with a windup and the throw. Another foul ball off the bat of Cloutier. Our Lady Devils, of course, this is the final game of the regular season. We had a tough loss just yesterday to Robbinsville, 5-0. Robbinsville has basically wrapped up the conference regular season championship. Our Lady Devils, there's a pitch in for a strike. Already 2 strikeouts here for Riley Rawls and 2 batters, and now it's going to be Olivia Zucala at the plate with 2 down. But our Lady Devils cannot finish any lower than second. We have clinched at worst second place in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Here's a scenario that's probably not going to happen. Robbinsville has 2 games left with Cherokee. Pitch in, going to be low for a ball. If Cherokee were to pull what is almost the impossible and beat Robbinsville both games, then we would be tied with Robbinsville for a regular season co-championship. But again, no knock on Cherokee. Here's a pop-up. Riley's under it and got it. 1-2-3 inning. And we'll talk more about the conference when we come back. But it's a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Lady Devils coming to bat after this timeout. Fans, welcome back. 1/2 inning in the books. And Rosman getting ready to face a very tough Lady Devil lineup. It's going to be Kiki Sexton in the pitching circle for Rosman. And boys, does she have her work cut out for her. There's a check swing on a potential slap hit by Molly Woodard. Molly, of course, the younger sister of senior Faith Woodard, having a great year, hitting .375 with 17 runs scored, 12 stolen bases. She can run. And there's a ground ball just foul down third base. As we've seen her in the center field defensive category, make some really good plays out there in center field. Talking to Coach Toby Burrell, he said, we made some just crazy defensive plays last week in that doubleheader against Cherokee. Just really played well in the field, and it showed because we shut down Cherokee in 5 innings twice. But again, talking about the conference, Robbinsville going to be the number 1 seed. Swain will be the number 2 seed, and it's very likely. Here's the windup and the throw. It's going to be a shot into left field. Going to be in for a base hit. Molly rounds first and holds as the throw comes back in. So Molly Woodard leads things off with a base hit. Riley Rawls hitting .534, the leading average on the team with 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Very good bat to go with her very good right arm in the pitching circle. But again, talking to head coach Toby Burrell before the game, there's a pitch in for a strike from pitcher Kiki Sexton of Rosman. Coach Burrell says we should have a very realistic chance at 2 home playoff games next week, being the number 2 seed from the Smoky Mountain Conference and probably a top 10 seed in the West bracket. And the same goes pretty much for the Maroon Devil baseball team. They have already clinched 2nd place in the Smoky Mountain Conference behind Hayesville, and likely will have 1 or 2 home playoff games next week as well. Now, the days of those games will be determined later. There's a foul ball. It's going to be just outside playing category on the left field line. Of course, weather can affect the playing schedule next week. The state NCHSAA, which will announce seedings Monday, says that playoffs will start the next day on Tuesday, May 6th, and then on Friday next week. Here's a shot up the middle, going to be another base hit. And Molly holds at second base. Good play from center fielder Blakely Zucala coming in quickly to get that ball back in the infield. So Riley Rawls with a base hit. And I believe she's probably going to be having a courtesy runner. Coming on is going to be our other senior, Ava Hoke, will courtesy run for Riley. And Ava has been very good on the base paths this year, scoring 11 runs on the season. Hitting now is going to be Hadley Schuler, the 2nd baseman, not the 3rd baseman, as I think I said in the opening lineup introductions. Sometimes I get the numbers mixed up. 4 is 2nd base, 5 is 3rd base, and 6 is shortstop. So those are the position numbers. So my bad. Hadley having a great year, hitting .417. 25 runs scored, and again, only a freshman. Hadley is having a great year. Carly Tisateski is going to be on deck, hitting in the number 4 spot. Lady Devils already with scoring opportunities here in the bottom of the 1st inning with runners at 1st and 2nd. Here's a shot again. This one into left field, going to be dropping in. It's going to be getting through. Left fielder couldn't get to it. Center fielder comes on, fires a rocket into 3rd base. And boy, hanging on closely over at 3rd is going to be Ava Hoke. But the Lady Devils already with a run on the scoreboard here, and now with a stand-up double down at 2nd base. Good job for the Lady Devils, as Hadley with an RBI double at 2nd base. So a great job by Hadley Schuler. Carly Tisateski batting now, and what a big bat she has. Couple of home runs, 20 RBIs, .419 batting average, and now a chance to add to those totals. 20 RBIs and a couple more possibilities here on base. as the Lady Devils have a 1-0 lead. Foul ball up the bat of Carly. On deck is going to be Faith Woodard, and again, a big bat for Faith. And with 6 home runs and 29 RBIs, that is number 1 on the team, but also number 1 in the entire Smoky Mountain Conference. Pitch in for a strike to Carly. But again, we're very proud of our seniors, Faith Woodard and Ava Hoke and their families for being here today, and again for what they mean to this softball team. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be the first out of the first inning as Carly took a big cut at that one. Faith Woodard now, again honored in pregame ceremonies, hitting .389 and leading the conference with 6 home runs and 29 RBIs. Faith on the way to Mars Hill with a track and field scholarship. Congratulations to her. Ball gets off the catcher's mitt. Catcher gets to it quickly. All the runners hold with a runner at second and third. Again, Hadley Schuler down at third with that big double and an RBI. And Ava Hoke, our other senior, only 2 seniors on this year's Lady Devil team. Pitch in, just missing for a ball low. But again, Ava having a great year. Quick feet. She can run. That's why she's on third base right now. Over there with Coach Toby Burrell. Check swing, and it's going to be called a strike, I believe, according to the umpire behind home plate. We do have a baseball game coming up later today. I didn't realize it was going to be here. I thought the baseball team, and again, this is according to Max Preps earlier in the year, and I know things change. Pitch. Oh, wow. That looked like a low ball, and it is called a strike for Faith Woodard. She walks out of the box and now gets back in. But Swain's baseball team is going to be hosting Tuscola tonight, coming up at about 6:30 or 7 o'clock. And there's a check swing, this one high. And by the way, the game is going to be streamed live on the Maroon Devils Network, so you can watch it. Tuscola in first place over in that Mountain 7 conference. And boy, that's a tough league. Here comes the pitch. Going to be high, and that's going to be ball 4. So Faith is going to be on with a walk now. So that loads the bases for Kennedy Anthony, who also has a big bat with 23 runs scored, 18 RBIs, and a .309 batting average. But talking about that Mountain 7 conference, Tuscola in first place, followed by North Henderson. Here comes the windup and the throw. Pitch going to be in for a strike. Also in the running, along with North Henderson, is West Henderson. So that's a tough league over there. There's a ground ball to second base. They're going to go home with it, and they get the forced play at home, so the run that came across Ava will not count. 2 out now. Lady Devils up still 1-0, and again, the base is still loaded. As Kennedy hits into a forced play, Mackenzie Bird is going to be batting now. Kennedy will be down at first base. Mackenzie, Lady Devil left fielder. On deck will be Allie Stevenson, our third baseman. So again, if you're hearing a lawnmower in the background, it's over there mowing the grass on the baseball field. So the windup and the throw, a slap hit, missed for a strike. Coach Toby Burrell talking to Mackenzie a little bit, saying basically, hey, calm down, wait on your pitch. Pitch in, there's another kind of a check swing slap for a strike. Again, bases loaded, bottom of the first inning, Lady Devils up 1-0. But a chance for more, but again, 2 out. And Mackenzie, there is a check swing that's going to be called strike 3. So, Lady Devils leave 3 on base in this bottom of the first inning, and we go to the top of the second with a 1-0 lead, and we'll be back. Fans, we've played one inning, only one run between the two teams as our Lady Devils lead 1-0. Here's a high ground ball. Kennedy has it, fires to first, going to be low and gets away. So the runner is going to be rounding first and going into second easily. And talking about the batter, that is Savannah Green for the Rosman Tigers. Down to second base now with nobody out. So the tying run on second. At the plate is going to be Kiki Sexton, their pitcher. And then on deck is going to be Becca Queen, the Rosman first baseman. Here's the windup and the throw. Pitch in for a strike. Talking to a couple of the players, of course, our Lady Devils, I think, are better than we were early in the year, but they believe that Rosman is also better. So as teams play, of course, they improve during the season. Check swing, going to be a ball. So again, Savannah Green down at first base with the first error of the game. Kiki Sexton batting and Becca Queen on deck. Pitch in for a call strike. Riley Rawls getting it done here already with a couple of strikeouts on the day. She struck out the first two batters in the top of the first inning. Rosman, a member right now of the Western Highlands 1A, 2A conference, and right now they're in fourth place in that conference. Pitch in for a ball. Owen is in first place. They're undefeated at 9-0. Madison right behind them at 9-1. Drawn is in third place at 6-4. And Rosman in fourth place at 5-7 in conference play. By the way, they lost to Owen in a couple of big games recently, 13-1 and 11-5. There's a swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Riley Rawls on the afternoon. One down now with Becca Queen batting with a runner down at second. So that gives you a little bit of what Rosman has been doing this year. And again, they are going to be back in our conference next year, starting with the opening 2025 football season. As you know, realignment took place during the past several months, and that is basically the only change in the Smoky Mountain Conference as far as teams. Now the classification has changed. Pitch in for a strike from Riley Rawls to Becca Queen. In case you haven't heard, and I'm sure you have if you're a football fan especially, the Maroon Devils are going to be classified as 2A along with Murphy, Hayesville, and Cherokee, I believe it is. Swing and a miss for a strike, while Robbinsville and Andrews and Rosman will remain 1A. Talk about a huge advantage for Robbinsville remaining 1A. They might have an easy run in the playoffs, especially in football again. But 8 classifications will be recognized next school year in North Carolina. Top 32 teams form the 8A class, and then from there, 64 teams in the other respective 7 classes. Swing and a miss, another strikeout. Riley Rawls says, hey, I'm going to get it done. She has 4 strikeouts on the day. The other 2, a pop-up to the pitcher, which she caught, and an error in the infield. And batting now is going to be designated player Cadence Owen for the Tigers. Final regular season game here today. That's why we're recognizing seniors Ava Hoke and Faith Woodard on Senior Day, the only 2 seniors on the team. Now next year, wow, they're going to be a bunch of folks we're going to recognize, as we have several juniors on this team for the Lady Devils. Riley Rawls, one of those. Pitch in for a ball. The baseball team, not many seniors either over on the baseball side, and they're even younger. Pitch in for a ball. The baseball team dominated by sophomores and freshmen. Very young. So hats off to them for finishing in the second place spot in the conference despite all that youth on the team. Rawls getting the signal with the windup and the throw. Pitch in, call, strike. And again, Cadence Queen, the DP, hitting now for Rosman. Lady Devils up with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. Last time these two teams played, it was a 5-inning affair, and the Lady Devils won it 13-2 as Rawls struck out 13, gave up only 1 hit on the day, only 3 walks on the afternoon in that game. And by the way, here is looks like a walk now as Cadence Queen trots on down to first base, and Jolie Reed is at the plate for Rosman, their starting left fielder. 2 out, 2 on for Rosman, a chance to tie. Pitch in for a strike. In that first game, the Lady Devils had 11 hits, and they were helped by Rosman, who had 6 errors on the day. And normally when you have that many errors, it's going to be a tough day. The Lady Devils had 7 runs in that big 4th inning. There's a hard shot down the first base line. We scored 4 runs in the 6th inning in that game. And again, Riley Rawls had a couple of RBIs with a big home run. Big day for Maddie Bird with a couple of RBIs and a hit. And Kennedy Anthony also had 2 RBIs in that game. So they led the way, 6 RBIs between those 3 players. And there's a quick timeout as the field over here on the right field side is now going to be closed, as we saw a ball coming close over here to that being open. So Reese Ammons comes over and with some help from Eric Stevenson gets that gate closed. Eric over there pulling double duties today. Not only is he helping out on the field with that, he's also over there working on the food. I think the players are going to be treated on senior night to some post-game goodies. I know I saw cupcakes, and I think Eric said something about burgers. And I think Joe Holt and I can attest to that because we can smell the smoke coming out of the cooker over there. So 2 down here. Rosman with a couple of runners on for Jolie Reed, the left fielder. On deck is going to be Callie Guerin, the catcher. There's another ground ball over here on the first base side. So we hope that you're going to be making some plans to be here next week for what could be a couple of first-round playoff games, first and second-round playoff games, tentatively scheduled for Tuesday and Friday. And again, that's probably going to be baseball and softball, as both our teams have clinched. There's a called 3rd strike, so Rosman leaves 2 on base, and Riley Rawls keeps bringing him down with that strong right arm. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Swain after this timeout. Fans, welcome back as we get rocking and rolling here in the bottom of the second inning. Lady Devils had one in the bottom of the first. Let's see what we can do here in the second. Big swing and a miss by Allie Stevenson leading off here in the bottom of the second. Allie, our third baseman, 12 runs scored on the year, hitting at a .220 clip. Pitch high for a ball, and again in the circle, Kiki Sexton, the pitcher of this afternoon for the Rosman Tigers here in non-conference play. Again, the final game of the regular season on senior night for the Lady Devils. Big swing and a miss there. I was talking to, of course, our ace cameraman and producer, Joe Holt, before the game, and it's a crazy night here at Swain. Not only is it senior night for softball, it's senior night for baseball, and senior night, and I believe 9 seniors for the girls soccer team. Pitch high for a ball. And by the way, the girls soccer team tonight hosting Tri-County, I believe it is, up at Swain County Memorial Stadium. Then a big game on Thursday. Murphy will be here. That's going to be youth night. And there's a strike number 3. So Allie goes down swinging for 1 down. So a big night Thursday. It's going to be youth night. Murphy will be here, and that's basically going to be for the conference championship. That's going to be Thursday at 6 p.m. We hope you can be here. Now at the plate for the Lady Devils, it's going to be our right fielder, Reese Ammons. 12 runs scored on the year, hitting .257. And then, of course, after Murphy, Swain is going to be at Hayesville on Monday, May 5th. On Wednesday, May 7th, hosting Invest Collegiate Imagine non-conference game. That's mental health night. And then for girls soccer, the first round of the playoffs will begin on Monday, May 12th. So a lot going on. Pitch in for a strike, and that's going to be 2 quick outs here for the Lady Devils in the bottom of the second inning. And by the way, we appreciate Joanna McMahon as she is here with her camera. Yeah, we were just talking about that. So Joanna, like Joe Holt, so many things to do. She's headed up to soccer now. 9 seniors on girls soccer night. It is, man, a lot going on. There's a foul ball as we're now back to the top of the lineup. And Molly Woodard, who has really had a good year. 17 runs scored. One of the top base stealers, if you will, in the conference. 12 stolen bases, hitting .375. Got a base hit last time. And that's a foul ball. Looks like kind of a check swing, but I think it might have caught her bat for a foul ball. We got 1 on the board in that first inning, but we left 3 on base. As Molly had a hit, Riley Rawls had a hit, and then Hadley Schuler drove in the only run with a big double into left center. And our Lady Devils trying to get that next hit. We haven't had a clean base hit since those 3 in the bottom of the first inning. But again, the Lady Devils having a good year, really hitting the ball well. Rosman on the season hitting .270 as a team with a total of 6 home runs. They're 5-7 in conference play, 8-10 overall. There's a pop-up right back to the pitcher. Going to be an easy out. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning as well. So we've played 2 quick ones. It's a 1-0 Lady Devil lead. We'll be back with the top of the third after this timeout. Fans back for the third inning. There is a foul ball off the bat of Rosman's number 3, Callie Guerin, their catcher, who is leading off here on the top of the third inning for a foul ball on a slap hit, if you will. I guess you can call it a bunt. Most people, some people call it a bunt. Some people call it a slap hit. And there is a difference. There's a ground ball over to second base. Hadley scoops, throws, got it for 1 down. Hadley Schuler has had a very good year over there at second base. Our defense for most of the year has been very, very good. So Callie leads off with a ground ball at second. Now it's going to bring up, looks like top of the lineup, and Blakely Zucala, the center fielder who struck out first time. Already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts by Riley Rawls for the Lady Devils. Here is a high pop-up almost in our lap over here, and it actually drops in onto the baseball field. So Blakely is the leadoff batter for Rosman. On deck is going to be Shelby Cloutier. Rawls having a good year. 13 strikeouts, pitching a 1-hitter against Rosman in the first meeting as the Lady Devils won it 13-2. Oh, ground ball to Faith on over to second in time, and we can't make it happen. Couldn't come up with a ball either way, so our second error of this contest. So now it's going to bring up, let's see, at the plate for...
Oh, okay.
So batting now is going to be, looks like Shelby Cloutier for Rosman. They're starting second baseman. So now Rosman again with a runner at first base. And here's a ground ball, and Allie has it, fires to first, but it's not going to be in time. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's classified. Is it going to be an infield single or an error? As we're having a tough time kind of getting things together a couple of times here tonight. Olivia Zucala, the starting shortstop, popped to shortstop last time. So now Rosman with a runner at second. Here's a high foul ball. Carly is under it. Got it. Carly Tisateski picks it up off the bat of Olivia Zucala, who's popped up twice now, once to the pitcher, once to the catcher. And that's going to be out number 3, by the way. The earlier, apparently, they called Cloutier out, the batter previous to this. So that was not an error or an infield single as she was called out on the play. So we now go to the bottom of the third inning. It's a tight one so far. 1-0 Swain. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back. Bottom 3, Riley Rawls and her very strong bat at the plate now for the Lady Devils. Leading off here, hitting .534, as we mentioned, having a big year. And that's just going to help her collegiate opportunities, I believe. And I really believe that Riley is going to be playing somewhere at the next level next year. Riley, Hadley Schuler, and Carla Tisateski. 2, 3, and 4 batters hitting here in the third. There's a ground ball to third base, and it's going to be just foul. Just foul over there. Doing a pretty good job knocking it down was Savannah Green for Rosman. But hopefully you'll set your calendars for playoff softball and baseball next week. Pitch in for a strike. In the circle again, Becca Queen for Rosman. Two strikes in. There's a foul ball again off the bat of Riley Rawls. And Queen has not pitched a whole lot this year. I'm sorry. Kiki Sexton is the pitcher. And Sexton is the leading pitcher for Rosman. 79 innings pitched. And there's a shot to the shortstop. Wow, a hot line drive, but a good play over there by shortstop Olivia Zucala. And Riley really hit that one hard, but right at the shortstop Zucala. So one down now. But again, talking about Kiki Sexton, my bad. 79 innings pitched, a 4.16 ERA, 104 strikeouts on the year, and 45 walks on the season for Sexton. Pitch in the dirt. By the way, Kiki got the only hit of the day against Swain and Riley Rawls in that first meeting back in March. She had a big double that knocked in a run. Swain won that one 13-2. And again, Sexton, the only hit on the day. Foul off the bat again of Hadley Schuler. What a great freshman season she is having. If they had an all-freshman team, she would be on it. She might even be the freshman of the year. And I really believe that. She has had a great season. Pitch in. Strike two. Bases empty, one down as we're in the bottom of the third inning. This game scheduled for 7. Foul ball off the bat of Hadley. As we mentioned earlier, our Lady Devils kind of came out a little bit slow in the game at Rosman. Then we scored 7 runs in the 4th inning and 4 runs in the 6th inning to take that game away 13-2. Pitch high for a ball. It's always interesting to see how the playoff seedings go. That's going to be announced next Monday for baseball and softball across North Carolina and the High School Athletic Association. Pitch in for a ball. And as we mentioned, we know already our Lady Devils and the Maroon Devil baseball team both going to be in the playoffs and both should be at home. Pitch, and that's going to be ball 4. So Hadley now with on-base opportunities twice. She had a big double with the only RBI of the game, her first trip up. Batting now is going to be Carly Tisateski. Big bat with a couple of home runs and 20 RBIs on the year to go along with her .419 average. Struck out her first time up. There's a shot that's going to be caught by the shortstop. We're off base, and there's a bang-bang double play. So we get caught off base, and they throw to first, and that's going to be it for the third inning. We go to the top of the 4th. Swain 1, Rosman 0. We'll be back. Fans, hard to believe, but we have played 3 innings here at Swain County High School, home of the Lady Devils, and it's a 1-0 Lady Devil lead now with a cleanup batter batting for Rosman, Savannah Green, their third baseman, who got on with an error first time. And big swing and a miss. She goes down with a strikeout this time for 1 down. That is unofficially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts on the day already for Lady Devil Riley Rawls. Kiki Sexton batting now, the pitcher. As we mentioned, Sexton having a good year. 3 home runs. She is a good hitter besides being a leading pitcher for Rosman. Sexton, again, got the only hit off Rawls in that game at Rosman. And also in that game, Sexton pitched 4 innings in that contest at Rosman, giving up 8 earned runs and 8 hits in that 13-2 Swain win. Way back in March, swing and a miss. Seems so long ago. I mean, wow, it's the end of April here, and March seems so long ago. That was early March, back on March 5th. But there's a pop-up down to second base. Hadley is there and has it for a 2 down. But it's kind of like Faith Woodard said in her pregame remarks that she makes to the team and the crowd. She said, she said, my suggestion to all the younger classmates would be to not take the time for granted because it will be over in an instant. And man, is she so right. And Faith, I can tell you, the older you get, it seems like the time flies by even faster. And Faith very mature, I think, in that comment, telling her teammates to enjoy it because, man, it goes by so quickly. Off-speed pitch missing for a ball. Batting now is going to be Becca Queen, who struck out her first time up. Rosman, first baseman. And high school years can be just so wonderful. Some of the best years of your life. Pitch in for a ball, and you can't go back. You can have a lot of memories, and hopefully, I think a lot of these players will. I think that's one of the beautiful facts about sports. The time you spend with teammates that will, I think, go with you the rest of your life. Pitch in for a ball. There's going to be ball 4. So Rosman now with, I think that's their second walk. Owen walked early in the game. And that's Becca Queen now on first base with 2 out. And here's Cadence Owen. She got the walk the first time up. The designated player for Rosman. So Owen batting now with 2 out. Jolie Reed is going to be on deck. There's a foul ball. But again, want to wish Faith Woodard and Ava Hoke, our 2 seniors, the very best going forward, as I really believe this will not be their last home game. Hopefully, I think we'll get a game or 2 next week here at Swain County High School at home and the state playoffs. Pitch in for a ball. And I think our baseball team will. Both baseball and softball teams have clinched second place. No matter what happens the rest of the way, of course, our Maroon Devil baseball team playing Tuscola, not a conference game. Foul ball off the bat again of Owen. Our Lady Devils have already finished up conference play as well, clinching second place with a 9-3 conference record. So no matter what happens with the other teams, I know Hayesville baseball, the team leader in the conference, has a couple of conference games left. Off-speed pitch going to be fouled off. And the softball leader, Robbinsville, a couple of games left with Cherokee. But again, Hayesville and Robbinsville will be pretty heavy favorites, I believe, in those contests, home and away for each scenario. But hey, that's the beauty of sports. Sometimes you just never know. Swing and a miss, and there's going to be another strikeout for Rawls as she cuts down Cadence Owen. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Believe it or not, we're halfway gone. 1-0 Swain. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back to Swain County High School. Glad to have you along on the Maroon Devils Network as our Lady Devils are going to be batting here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Believe it or not, it's hard to believe we're this far along. And a very strong batter at the plate, talking about Faith Woodard, one of our two seniors honored today. There's a shot, and it's going to be in for a base hit right over first base in no man's land where nobody can get to the ball. That was just a well-placed base hit now. So Faith has been on base both times at the plate. Kennedy Anthony coming up to the plate now. Kennedy, 23 runs, 18 RBIs on the year for the shortstop. Hit into a force play last time up. On deck will be Mackenzie Bird. There's a high ball. As I mentioned earlier, Joe Holt and I, we get to smell that smoke off the grill as they're grilling hamburgers down there for a post-game meal for the players. And there's a big swing and a miss for Kennedy. Can't tell if that's charcoal grill or gas. Hey, it still smells pretty good either way. So smells like burgers either way, whether it's on charcoal or gas. There's a ground ball to shortstop over to first to get the lead runner on over to second rather, and not in time for the double play though, but a forced play at second for the out.
No, he called out. Oh wait, no he didn't. Never mind. Yeah.
So wow. I'm stunned on a couple of play calls I've seen today. I know I look at the world through maroon-colored glasses, but I really thought Kennedy was safe at first base, but he called her out. So it is a bang-bang double play, and it's going to bring up, looks like Mackenzie Bird is going to be at the plate now with two out. So again, a forced play at second, and then the umpire called Kennedy out at first. Okay. Mackenzie struck out her last time up for the Lady Devils. Here's a pop-up, and it's going to be out of play. Well, not out of play, but out of range for the third baseman for Rosman. Couldn't get to it as she is playing in very close, expecting a bunt or a slap hit with two out and nobody on. Now she backs up. Third baseman over there for Rosman, Savannah Green, backs up a little more. Pitch in low for a ball. Second baseman kind of steps in a little bit as well. Now the shortstop moves up a bit. So I think they're expecting Mackenzie to lay down a bunt or a slap hit now with two out, nobody on. Pitch high for a ball. And the sun's starting to get right in our line of sight here as it sets over toward Hazel Creek. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, a warm day. Temperatures in the 80s. There's another foul ball off the bat of McKenzie. Allie Stevenson is going to be on deck. But again, it's always great to be a part of senior night, to share that experience with our seniors tonight. Faith Woodard and Ava Hoke, our two softball seniors. Pitch high for a ball. Full count now. Two out, nobody on. Again, we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. A tight 1-0 ball game. There's a swing and a miss, and that's going to be 3 up and 3 down. And now we go to the top of the fifth inning. It's a close one, folks. 1-0. Lady Devils hanging on. We'll be right back. Fans, here we go, rolling right through this tight 1-0 contest. Riley Rawls having a good day in the pitching circle as, again, Rosman had a couple of people on base earlier, couldn't get them in. Our Lady Devils have left, I think, 3 or 4 on base on the afternoon. But it's a 1-0 ball game. Lady Devils in the lead as Rosman will be hitting here in the top of the 5th inning. Looks like we've got some kind of timeout on the field. Coach Toby Burrell comes on to talk with the head umpire. And not sure what that is all about. But he has a chat with the head umpire, and now the umpire goes back and gets ready to go. I don't think anything has changed as leading off for Rosman here on the top of the 5th inning is going to be left fielder Jolie Reed, who struck out her first time up. As we're watching her through that through that smoke off the grill. There's a well-hit ball into center field, but hey, when you hit it to Molly, she catches it. Good play out there in deep center by Molly Woodard to pull that ball in. A well-hit ball off Jolie Reed. So Callie Guerin batting now with 1 down. Callie grounded to second base her first time up today. Good to see our friend Chris Womack here today from WLOS TV 13. I think they're doing check swing, high for a ball. I think they're doing a story on one superstar named Nolan Griggs. We saw him come in with his full dress uniform on, talking about baseball uniform. So I think he's going to be hitting for the Maroon Devils in the game today. Big swing and a miss for a strike 2. Nobody on, 1 down. After Callie is going to be back to the top of the lineup, and Blakely Zucala for Rosman in their orange and black. Ooh, off-speed pitch, got her swinging, and that's going to be strike 2. My bad. 2 strikes now on, again, Jolie Reed with Green on deck. Now check that. That's Guerin there batting. Guerin grounded out to second base her first time. There's a check swing, and the umpire said that was enough. That's going to be a check swing that goes all the way around, and so another strikeout for Riley Rawls is now Blakely Zucala is coming up to bat for Rosman, top of the lineup. Struck out and got on with an error in 2 times. On the afternoon, unofficially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts for Riley Rawls, who had 13 earlier in the year, back in early March against these Rosman Tigers over in Transylvania County. Foul ball off the bat of Zucala. And again, we're watching the game through the smoke coming off the grill down there, grilling out some burgers for the players for a post-game meal. And that's kind of a tradition here at Swain on senior night. And it's well-deserved. Off-speed pitch in for a ball. Following Zucala is going to be Shelby Cloutier. Top of the 5th inning, tight 1-0 game. As we mentioned, 13-2. First time these two teams met up, but not today so far. Pitch in, just missing for a ball. That one went 6 innings over at Rosman. Rawls getting the signal from Carly Tisateski. Pitch in high for a ball. Tuscola's Mountaineers going to be rolling in here in a few minutes to take on the Maroon Devils in baseball on the field next door. Non-conference game. Just like this one is. Wow, there's a ball 4. And now Zucala on with a walk, the 3rd walk on the day for Rosman. But, man, that looked good from here. Shelby Cloutier batting now. Has struck out and grounded out in 2 times. Riley Rawls back on the pitching rubber, ready to bring it with that outstanding right arm. Pitch high for a ball. Down at first base is going to be Zucala, as she takes a pretty big jump off first base. Rosman will steal some bases. They're not afraid to be aggressive on the base paths. Big lead in there goes Zucala, but the ball is going to be fouled off. She has to come back. Two out here, top of the fifth inning. Again, tight 1-0. Lady Devil lead. Rosman with a tying run on with 2 down. And again, there's another foul ball as Zucala takes off again. She's going to run out of gas just trying to take off as the hitter, Cloutier, keeps fouling off. Riley Rawls pitches here in the fifth inning. Got the Clemson Tiger color out there today with the Rosman Tigers in their own right, orange and black. There's another foul. Wow, that is the third time in a row Zucala took off for second base, and Cloutier has fouled off a pitch. So Zucala is probably going to get tired and say, okay, look, I'm going to wait until the ball's in play. Again, 3 times in a row. I'm not sure I remember seeing that here. And she's ready to take off again. There she goes, and this one is going to be popped up, though. And it's going to be Hadley Schuler on, and the runner is going to be left on base by Rosman. So, bottom of the fifth coming up. Can the Lady Devils add to our 1-0 lead? We'll be back and find out after this. Fans, here we go. Lady Devils hanging on to a 1-0 lead over the Rosman Tigers. Coming up to the plate now to hit is going to be Allie Stevenson, followed by Reese Emmons, and then back to the top of the order and Molly Woodard. A tight one here. Non-conference play with Rosman. Pitch low in the dirt for a ball. From pitcher Kiki Sexton, who has pitched a really good ball game here today. The Lady Devils unofficially have, 4 hits on the day. Big swing and a miss by Allie. Her dad over there keeping an eye on the grill just outside first base behind the Lady Devil dugout. Not a bad crowd on hand. We got people, of course, as always, sitting all over the place here. Pitch high, it's going to be a ball. Kind of a unique situation, if you will. Most of our fans actually don't sit behind home plate where the bleachers are. They sit down left field. They sit out here somewhat behind the school in center field. So different. There's a big swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 as Allie goes down swinging for her second strikeout today. Reese Emmons struck out her first time up. Both Allie and Reese have scored some runs this year, 12 runs apiece for the Lady Devils, averaging about 9 runs per game. Very good offensive team. Just not putting the hits together for the most part today. I think we've left 3 or 4 on base as we're in the bottom of the 5th with a 1-0 lead. Check swing for a ball. Molly Woodard is going to be on deck, the younger sister of senior Faith. 3 sets of sisters on this team. Pitch in for a strike. We've got the Woodards, we've got the Tisa Teskis, and we've got the Birds. And we also have a couple of young ladies with the last name of Schuler, but they're not sisters. Pitch in, strike 2 now on Reese. But again, a young team, obviously, 2 seniors. That bodes well for next year for the Lady Devils in the Smoky Mountain Conference. And veteran head coach Toby Burrell. Full count now. Lady Devils, of course, coached by head coach Toby Burrell, Kinsey Eagleman. Coach Burrell has told me has done a really good job with the hitters this year. And, of course, Amanda Carson, longtime assistant. Big swing and a miss, and that's going to be strikeout number 2 here on Reese for the day with Molly Woodard batting. Molly has got the bat on the ball twice, a leadoff base hit in the first inning, then popped up to the pitcher last time. But I believe Molly probably scored that only run of the game as she led off with a hit. Then Riley got on with a hit. And then Hadley Schuler had the big double for the game's only RBI. And there's a shot down to third, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Fans, we go to the top of the 6th inning. It's still very much anybody's game. Swain 1, Rosman 0. We'll be back. Fans, here we go. We're already in the 6th inning here in this non-conference softball matchup. The visiting Rosman Tigers here on Senior Day. As we mentioned, our baseball and softball teams have already finished conference play. So playing a couple of non-conference games today, hitting for Rosman here in the 6th is number 3 hitter Olivia Zucala. That's going to be over the shortstop. That's going to be dropping in for a base hit as Zucala now holds up at first base. And by the way, I think unofficially that is the first hit of the day for Rosman. That just broke up a Riley Rawls no-hitter here in the 6th inning. Savannah Green batting now with 1 on. So again, that's unofficial. We kind of keep our own stats as we go, and I've been known to make a mistake now and then. But I think that's the only hit that just broke up the Riley Rawls no-hitter. They only got 1 hit against Rawls in the first meeting. There's a strike in to Savannah Green now with Kiki Sexton on deck. And again, shortstop Olivia Zucala down at first base with that. There's a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3. So Green has struck out twice. And now it's going to bring up Kiki Sexton, who has struck out once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts unofficially on the day for Riley Rawls, adding to her season total of 139. So now with 147 strikeouts on the year. Sexton, foul ball behind home plate. The Tuscola Mountaineers are here as they're warming up over in the batting cage. Maroon Devil baseball team out on the field warming up for that game coming up later this evening. It's senior day over there too, from what I understand. And that was scheduled for last Friday against Cherokee, I believe. Here's a high pop-up. Could be trouble. Hadley going back, but brings it in. And what a great catch over there by Hadley Schuler. Just an outstanding play over there in deep second base. And that's the second time today that Sexton has popped out to Hadley over there at second base with Becca Queen batting now. But as you know, last Friday, the schedule got rearranged, and both the softball and baseball teams went to Cherokee and played a doubleheader as we won all 4 games. There's a swing and a miss. And taking off down to second base as the ball got by just long enough for Sexton to scoot on down to second base. Check that. Zucala, my bad. Zucala now at second, as she led off the inning with that only hit of the day. First baseman, foul ball off the bat of Becca Queen, struck out and walked in 2 times. But that is the tying run here on the top of the 6th inning on second base now, with a couple of outs for Rosman. A base hit could score that and tie things up here in a hurry. Rawls with a windup. And the pitch in. And going to be in for a called strike, and that's going to be strike 3 as Rosman leaves that tying run on base. And our Lady Devils get out of the jam here with a 1-0 lead, bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Fans, welcome back. Our Lady Devils clinging to a 1-0 lead over Rosman here in non-conference play. At the plate, we've got some big bats coming up here. In the bottom of the 6th inning, number 3 hitter Hadley Schuler, followed by cleanup batter Carly Tisateski, and number 5 batter Faith Woodard. Those are really big bats with some impressive numbers in all facets of hitting. Big swing and a miss by Riley Rawls, leading the team with a .534 average, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Riley got a base hit earlier. Then had a sharp line drive to the shortstop last time, but it was right at her. One of those bang-bang shots, if you will. Hadley, again, good bat. Off-speed pitch missing outside. As we can kind of see Kiki Sexton not wanting to give Riley much to hit. Hadley on deck, followed by Carly. Here's a high pop-up. Could be catchable. And, we've got a collision between Riley Rawls and Sexton, the pitcher, who is coming over to try to make a play. And now it's going to be interesting to see what the ruling is on the field. Now, it's just my guess that a base runner normally has to avoid the defensive player. There's also a side of that argument that says if the defensive player is in the baseline. So we'll see how this one goes. It's got to be one way or the other, or they may just call it a foul ball and Riley will come back and hit because the ball was so close to the first base line. As Rosman head coach Emily Taylor is out to hear the ruling, it may just be ruled a foul ball. Well, I tell you, Riley's a strong player. I wouldn't want to run into her at all. And Kiki Sexton, kind of a slightly built pitcher, even though she's an outstanding player. Well, Taylor still talking to the home plate umpire. I'm not sure who is behind the plate today, and we'll see what the ruling is. But the way it looks right now, there has been no signal, so we're guessing just a foul ball. And that's going to be the call. Riley will step back into the batter's box here. So, and that is probably the best way to solve the issue. There's a ground ball fouled on the third base side. Because when you're running, you don't know exactly where the defensive player is going to be. Not taking Riley's side, but on the flip side of that, the defensive player not sure sometimes who might be watching the ball, how close the runner is. There's a foul ball. So again, tough situation both ways, but probably the right thing. Foul ball, Riley back in, making swings. Carly on deck, followed by Faith Woodard. 1-0 Lady Devil lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Man, it's been close. Sexton has pitched a good game. Give her credit. Of course, Riley Rawls also has as well, giving up only 1 hit on the day. She only gave up 1 at Rosman last time. Count goes full, 3-2. No out, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th. There's a well-hit ball. That's going to be into left field, and I think it's just foul. That one could have been at least a double. That one was all the way to the fence, 196 feet away in left field. That is now seeing some shadows come in. Boy, I tell you what, it's tough for right fielder, second baseman, first baseman, as they're looking right up into the sun. Any ball hit up into the air, that's going to be a tough catch. Ball low, it's going to be ball 4. So Riley Rawls on with a walk now, as she has been on 2 out of 3 times. Hadley Schuler has been on twice with a big double for the game's only RBI and got on with a walk last time. And coming on, our other senior now is going to be Ava Hoke as a courtesy runner for Riley Rawls. Ava, 11 scores on the year. Ava Hoke has scored 11 times, and she comes on to run now. Carly at the plate, a couple of home runs, 20 RBIs on the year with a .419 average, and an outstanding catcher.
Faith Woodard is going to be on deck. Our other senior, besides Ava. Here's the windup and the throw. Big swing and a miss for a strike one. My bad. That is Hadley Schuler. I totally skipped over Hadley. My apologies. Hadley having a great year, no question. And there's a big swing and a miss. Hadley hitting .417 with 25 runs scored. And Hadley, again, with a big double for that game-leading RBI and a walk last time. So Hadley, the outstanding freshman. Carly on deck. Oh, wow, that's a call third strike. That one looked outside, but that's going to be strike number 3. Carly batting now with one down. Faith Woodard on deck. Standing over there beside Robbie Brown. Robbie over there near the dugout. Looks like one of those colorful Hawaiian shirts on. He is sporting some style over there today. So, oh man, there's a swing and a miss to her on that. Not too far away, but an opportunity to get her college education paid for. And couldn't happen to a more deserving young lady. Quick 0-2 count. 2 strikes now on Faith. Kennedy Anthony on deck. Bottom of the 6th. 2 on, 2 out. Big swing and a miss. And that's going to be strike 3. That's 2 out. My bad. So still runners at first and second. And now the Rosman infield trying to get together with a little powwow to maybe make sure everybody's on the same page here, because this could be a big out with Kennedy Anthony with the runners at first and second. And, of course, depending on where she hits the ball, kind of dictates in some ways where they're going to make the play. They can go to first, second, or a third with a ball in the infield. Kennedy Anthony, good year, 309 average, 18 RBIs. Pitch in for a ball. Kennedy has hit into a forced play a couple of times today. Here comes the windup and a big swing and a miss. Kiki Sexton. Fans, welcome back. We go to the top of the seventh inning, and leading off here for Rosman, we're going to have the bottom of the order actually with Cadence Queen, Jolie Reed, and the catcher, the number 7, 8, and 9 batters here for Rosman. And the Lady Devils literally hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And again, both teams have left a couple of runners on base from time to time, but it has just not been an offensive game at all, which is unusual for our Lady Devils. I think we had, a moment ago I said 5 or 6 hits on the day. And this is a Lady Devil softball team that averages about 9 runs a game. Very strong hitting team. But again, give Sexton and the Tigers some credit. They've played a solid game of their own, even though they only have, unofficially, I think only one hit on the day. Cadence Queen has walked and struck out. She's trying to get on and get that tying run in. If the Lady Devils can up the scoreboard, this game is going to be over. And no Lady Devil batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3 outs, and it's a 1-0 victory. Off speed, and that's going to be called third strike. Riley Rawls, that off-speed pitch, we've talked about it all year, but that is such a tough pitch. I mean, you're looking for, a big fastball or a rising fastball, and she comes in with that off-speed, and batters sometimes just get handcuffed. Jolie Reed batting now. Jolie has struck out, then hit to try to get 2 playoff games in. There's a foul ball off the bat of Callie Guerin, the catcher for the Rosman Tigers. Rosman again 5-7 in conference play, 8-10 overall. Our Lady Devils a solid year, 14-5 overall. Second place nailed Rosman. Rawls wind up. There's a high foul ball behind home plate at play. Guys all getting ready to get baseball underway in just a few minutes here. By the way, if you're watching live on the Maroon Devils Network, that game is going to be streamed live. Joe Holt will be here, and you can watch that game coming up here shortly after this game is over. It's already about 6:15, and I think they're scheduled to start about 6:30. There's a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game. The Lady Devils pull it out. 1-0 over the Rosman Tigers here, but it has been a battle on the afternoon. Riley Rawls, another good day in the pitching circle, unofficially with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strikeouts, giving up only 1 hit on the day as our Lady Devils on senior night on Woodard and Ava Hoke. And we appreciate you listening in. Stay tuned. Baseball coming up just around the corner right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Join today. By becoming a member of MDN Live, you will have access to all live broadcasts of Maroon Devils athletics for the low price of $5.99 per month. That means you will be able to watch varsity volleyball, men's soccer, and varsity football for an entire month. If you allow your subscription to continue throughout the year, you will be able to watch varsity men's and women's basketball, wrestling, women's soccer, softball, and baseball. All proceeds from this subscription service go directly to Swain Athletics to help offset the growing costs of providing multiple sporting opportunities for our student athletes. So for less than the cost of a kid's meal at your favorite fast food joint, you'll be providing critical support to our student athletes each month while enjoying countless hours of Swain County athletics live. It's truly a win-win situation. Become a member today and do your part to help keep Swain County athletics the best it can be.